I've been doing this for 30 years and I've built cars that are worth more than most people make in a year. But here's what I've never told anyone. I've almost walked away more than once. I could go on for days about lessons that building these cars has taught me, but I want to keep this video somewhat short and to the point. The first thing I can say is when you want to build something of value, there is no shortcuts. Oftentimes when I'd be working on a more complex project and I'd either be in a rush because I had procrastinated until the last minute on that particular job, or I thought the job wasn't paying enough to justify what I thought was justification for the amount of work that had to be done, I would try to cut corners. More often than not, trying to cut corners would come back to bite me in the ass. Especially when it comes to these more complex paint jobs with graphics and candy. Because just like in life, everything has a procedure and a sequence of events that has to happen to get a specific result. Using your time wisely is such an important skill to master when you're doing these jobs, because being consistent and doing things to the best of your ability is going to get you the result that you want 9 times out of 10. On the other hand, procrastinating and doing the job at the last minute is going to blow up on you 9 times out of 10. And this will result in you either having to do a specific part of that job over again, or having to do the whole job over again. And not only did you waste your time procrastinating, but now you're having to do that job twice. And there's nothing worse than having to work for free while redoing a job that went south on you. The second thing that I wanted to touch on is that progress isn't always pretty, but it's necessary. And regardless of the work that you're doing, if you're making progress consistently day by day, you've advanced that job forward and you are getting closer to that end result, that fun part. You could say that that's a metaphor for life, because it's always the progress that you make in the background when no one's watching and showing up when you don't want to show up that's most important in life. Just like when you're painting a car at the end, you're getting to spray paint. That's always the fun and motivating part. But that's like 20% of the entire job. And it's the 80% that leads up to that is most important. I always paint cars like, for me, the sweet spot is starting like at 5 a.m. And the days leading up to that, I'm barely able to sleep. There's this anticipation of like, all right, I got to do this candy paint job or whatever paint job I'm doing at the time. And I'm excited to get up in the morning knowing that I'm going to be able to lay a beautiful paint job on this thing that I've been working on for so long. And it's motivating. But when there's no motivation and you're sanding filler for days on end or sanding primer for days on end to get it to this paint stage, that's when discipline has to be there. Because when you're motivated or excited about something, it's easy to show up. But whenever no one's around and no one's watching and you're having to prep for days and days and days, that's the hard part. Of course, when you're sitting at a show and the thing that you built or painted is on display and everybody's walking by and with the oohs and the ahs and congratulating you. That's the best part. But it's the things that you do beforehand that lead up to that are the most important things. The next thing I can say is that real redemption takes time. Whether it's a car, your life, or your legacy, if you stick with something long enough and learn from your mistakes, you can turn everything around. When I closed my shop in 2023, although I was ready to close the shop, it was a huge disappointment for me because I had either always had a shop in the background, even if I was working for somebody or trying to get out of the business, I always had a shop. So not having a shop for me was like something that was completely not normal. Although felt like I was relieved and had a weight lifted off my shoulders because I didn't have the overhead anymore of having to pay extra rent at a shop, or I didn't have the bills from the shop or the people calling me asking me when their car is going to be done and having to deal with the public and shitty customers from the shop. I still was mourning the loss of 3 decades of having a place to always do work when I wanted to and do the kind of work that I wanted to. And I never thought that I would be building this 58 Impala convertible that I'm doing now, because I thought I would be completely done with doing custom auto body and paint, custom restoration, custom work in general. I've tried to walk away from this business so many times because of all the failed business moves, and I've tried to throw in the towel, but somehow I always come back to it. Looking back, it's the failures that taught me the most. And if I do this for another year, or I quit after the 58's done, or I do it for 10 more years, I'll feel good about stepping away because I've built a legacy of beautiful cars that I've left behind, especially with the 58 Impala, because it's the hardest car that I've ever done. And I know that I'm doing the best that I can, and I've built something that's going to last a lifetime, and it will outlive me even. I'd like to end the video by saying that failure is just a part of the process. It's not the end. I've lost money. I've took L's. I've trusted the wrong people. But the L's have taught me more than the wins ever could. So if you're out there and you feel like you can't take another L, or you've taken too many L's, realize that it's not really a L or a loss, it's a lesson, and pick yourself up and come back stronger than ever. If there's anything you'd like me to cover in future videos, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you could please hit that subscribe button. It's an easy way to support the channel, and also hit the like button and the notification bell for me. That would be amazing. And if you feel called to leave a comment about anything else, please do so below, and I'll catch you on the next one.